Eito kohilo madalila shutragon shesh dwadash bochorer shuno bibaron. We're reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madalila, the end of the first chapter, wherein Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives a sutragon, a overview summary of the Mahaprabhu's activities in the Madalila. And we have to consider the question why Srila Prabhupada included the Bengali script in the Chaitanya Charitamrita publication. If it's only for the Bengali ethnic background people, well, probably that's probably just for those people, all of that work, the Bengali script. And then is it because it looks nice, it's very eloquent, it's very beautiful, handwritten, the Bengali, the script, you can look at it. Why did Prabhupada include the Bengali script there? He included it because he wanted his followers to actually learn Bengali language and read the Bengali texts. And for that reason, Prabhupada is given the Bengali script, and he's also given the transliteration, Roman transliteration, and then he's given, for the same words that are in the transliteration, he's given English synonym meanings. So that the conclusion is that Srila Prabhupada's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita can become a very useful curriculum for learning Bengali. Because all that's required is that one learns the script, and then one can read the verses, one can check on the pronunciation with the Roman transliteration, and can learn the word-for-word meanings. In this way, one can gradually build up the vocabulary, learn the basic grammar, and with Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada's, one can make that the fundamental textbook by which one learns Bengali, and this would be very pleasing to Srila Prabhupada. Actually, when one understands the language that the great acharyas wrote in, that deepens one's taste for hearing the Gaur Katha, and it also deepens one's realizations on the Goswami Siddhanta, the conclusions of the Goswami's teachings. Shri Gauda Madhur Lila, Jar Karne Probeshila, Narottam Das Thakur sings that the Madhur Lila, the sweet pastimes of Sachinandan Shri Gaudhari, Jar Karne Probeshila, those whose ears these pastimes enter into, Hridoy Nirmal Bhalotar, the heart becomes purified. And when one actually is able to chant the verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, and the bhajan of the previous acharyas that are written in Bengali, when one is able to read those texts in Bengali language and chant those verses in the way they were written by the great acharyas, one is greatly purified. At the conclusion of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada writes that my Guru Maharaj, he predicted that the foreigners would learn Bengali to read the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada writes that in his final purport to the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. When I first used to read that, I was thinking, so the foreigners will learn Bengali, okay. I thought it was a coincidental statement. But then it dawned on me at one time that, actually he's saying that because what he's saying is that as a result of our preaching, that's why why would Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur be interested in foreigners learning Bengali and making a comment of it? No, he's saying that this is an astounding thing that to say at the time of the British Raj, that we will inspire foreigners to learn Bengali to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Come on, this is something that people just couldn't believe could possibly happen. When he's making that statement, the British people will learn Bengali to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Oh, come on, we'll see pigs flying in the sky before we see such a thing. This is an impossible thing, the British people learning Bengali language to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Come on, this will never happen. He's saying that we will preach so effectively, our preaching will become so successful worldwide that we will make this happen. So Prabhupada he's saying, now my students will learn Bengali based on my Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So and Prabhupada wants this. He wants this he wants the foreigners to learn Bengali to prove the words of Srinatha Shastri Thakur, to prove the words that he said it will happen, but it's not happening. No, so one who makes this happen in the mood of serving the words of the acharyas, one can get a perfection by this. One can achieve perfection. Because the acharyas have said it, so it has to be seen. So these people, the people who learn Bengali to fulfill the words of the previous acharyas, they're part of the eternal lila. They become noticed by the Lord, just by this. And as we mentioned, what one can, by understanding the language of the acharya and being able to feel, just like, for example, you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada's translation, sometimes they're 3 times longer than the Bengali verse. They're 3 times longer, because that's how much it takes in English to try to convey the same impact that a few words in Bengali can convey. Because the language is based on rasa, it's based on flavor, it's based on emotion, and conveying emotion rather than logic, as in the Western Greek, Latin is based on the logic. But the Bengali language is based on the rasa, it's based on emotion. So it's describing the emotion of events. And in that way, when one understands the flavor of the language, the emotion can be conveyed. But one has to learn Bengali to experience this. And so we encourage you. This will change your life. This will deepen your understanding of the Gaudiya Siddhanta, and this will empower you to further become a distributor of Mahaprabhu's mercy. Gauda prema rosha narabe, Shai Torangi Jeba Dube, Shai Radha Madhav Antaranga. Those who dive into the ocean of Mahaprabhu's teachings and love of Mahaprabhu, Shai Radha Madhav Antaranga, they are the dearest servants of Radha Madhav. I would highly recommend you to take advantage of the Paratattva Chatushpati Bengali study program under the able guidance of Professor Padmamukha Nimai Das. He's an extremely qualified facilitator, being learned both in Bengali and being native Bengali speaker, and also in Sanskrit, and also being a very eloquent speaker and writer in English. And I would highly recommend that you take studies in Bengali language under Padmamukha Nimai Das in the course where the links we are showing. And also being a genuine Gaudiya Vaishnava himself, he can also train you in such a way as to very quickly help you dive deeply into the flavor of the Gaudiya Shastra and be able to extract its nectarian juices and relish them.